you're going to stand up a cyber force, it needs to be born cyber from the day one. You need to be very careful about trying to pull from the existing force, because there are lots and lots of resistive forces in play in trying to do that. And one has to just look at trying to stand up a predator force from inside the Air Force to see how difficult that was. And today we still struggle with it. Here we are almost 20 years later, and we're still struggling with it. Your approach has to be one that says, look, is this important to the nation or not? I think they actually have to look at what it is that they think they can do non-kinetically and how that fits with the larger, more kinetic force that we have now. What we haven't looked at is how does the cyber mission force mesh with the organic capabilities of a service? So that needs to be addressed. The services need an organic capability because cyber effects is cyber effects. It's like having, I'm an aviator, so it's like having an F-15E or a B-2 or an F-18 or a carrier-based aviation, whatever it is, or that infantry soldier. So I think the services should be given the flexibility to determine how best to accomplish a task they've been given by the command. And it may be through a kinetic means, or maybe through a non-kinetic means like the use of a cyber capability. So I believe there should be a mix, and I think it's fine for it to be distributed, just as long as the services acknowledge that it's just another piece of kit in their warfighting capabilities. The military hierarchical approach to leadership kind of breaks down inside these cyber teams. And so you have officers and warrants and enlisted people. The leadership model will change, I believe, in the cyber environment, depending on the strategic context in which you find yourself. This has always been a battle cry for the Department of Defense. You hear this train as you operate, train as you fight. So the cyber training realm is no different. For many years, the government wouldn't talk about offensive cyber. But I think this nation's been driven to the need to look at offensive cyber because now it's being used against us. Regardless of our altruistic motives in the beginning, unfortunately the enemy doesn't believe in those same values. And so now we as a nation have to come to grips with okay, we really need to do something about this because it's being used against us in a really powerful way. And defense is a reactive posture, not a preemptive posture. If we don't get this right, some experts have told me that a large enough force could essentially put us back into the Dark Ages. If you look at how much technology is interwoven not only into our society but the world's society, that not getting it right kind of threatens our current our current lifestyle. That one could, and if you think about it, there are many forces in this world that would like to turn back the clock to a time with much less technology. I think it's a clear and present danger.